that the political system increasingly functions without public input. It means to an increasing extent, not only do people not ratify decisions presented to them, but they don't even participate, they don't even take the trouble of ratifying them. They assume that the decisions are going on independently of what they may do in the polling booth.
And they feel...
Notice that even ratification of decisions made elsewhere is a very weak form of democracy.
Ratification would be what?
Well, ratification would mean a system in which there are two positions presented to me, the voter. I go into the polling booth and I push one or another button depending on which of those positions I want. That's a very limited form of democracy. A really meaningful democracy would mean that I play a role in forming those decisions and creating those positions, that those positions reflect my active, creative participation at it, not just me, but of course everyone. That would be real democracy.
That's not
We're
happening.
very far from that.
Yeah.
But we're even departing from the point where there is ratification. When you have stage-managed elections, with the public relations industry determining what words come out of people's mouth, you in fact are going beyond to the point where we are even the element of ratification is disappearing, because you don't expect the candidates to stand for anything. Candidates decide what to say on the basis of tests that determine what the effect will be across the population. Somehow people don't see how profoundly contemptuous that is of democracy.
Contemptuous?
Yeah. Suppose I'm running for office, and I don't tell people what I think or what I'm going to do. I tell them what the pollsters have told me is going to get me elected. That's expressing utter contempt for the electorate. That's saying, okay, you people are going to have the chance to push your buttons, but once you're done, I'll do exactly what I intend, which is not what I'm telling you. See, if you express what you believe, you don't have to ask what the polls tell you. Then you don't believe what the polls tell you. That's what you say. And in fact, the whole construction of our political system is increasingly moving towards a real articulated expression of contempt for the general population. And I think people understand it.
If you conduct polls to tell you what people want and they tell you, are you not listening to the voice of the people?
Only if that changes your mind. But of course, the whole structure of the system is based on the assumption that that doesn't change your mind, it changes what you say.
So
in other words, a political figure is not testing the waters and saying, okay, that's what I believe. If we had that kind of political figure, we wouldn't bother voting for him. He's not a barometer. The political figure represents something, supported by certain interests, has certain commitments, and so on. And the political figure then comes before us and produces things which the pollsters tell him or his advisors, on the average, will increase his chances of gaining office, after which he will follow his commitments, his interests, what is demanded of him by those who supported him, by those who provide him with resources, and so on. This has always, of course, been true, but what is interesting now is the extent to which it is recognized to be the democratic system.